Hi guys, and welcome back to Pyro Painting. Today we're going to be talking about priming. Priming is the first thing you're going to do before you paint. All the primer is simply so that your paint, well, your acrylic paints, stick well to your miniature instead of slopping all over the shop. So there are two forms of priming. You have your aerosol can and you have liquid primer. Both do the same thing, but you can do it in several different ways. Okay, so first one, spray cans. The rattle can or spray can or aerosol can is pretty much where every miniature painter starts. You start with the spray can and you go from there. So in the clip below you can see I've gone outside, I've put a glove on to kind of protect the skin because this stuff goes everywhere once you're, especially in the handheld. Okay, so you're going to want to wait for a day that's not too cold and it's not too hot. You'll get problems if it's either end of them. Look for kind of a very nice cool day. You know, you'll to be honest, at the moment, British weather for today's video is perfect. But yeah, we'll carry on. When you're going to be priming with an aerosol, you're going to want to do it in short bursts. If you do it in too long of a burst, or if you concentrate on one area, because you're going to want to do this in little swaying motions in short bursts, concentrating on one area, you're going to swallow detail. And that's the worst thing with a miniature. Once you swallow that detail, obviously you're not going to get that crisp look that miniatures give you. The second one to priming is liquid primer. Now with liquid primer, you can do it with several ways. You can brush it on, or you can airbrush it. Airbrushing is the same kind of sense as the first one with the aerosols, is using the propulsion to put the primer on. Brush on is exactly what it says. You're brushing on the primer. The problem with brush on primer, it can clog up details if you don't move it around quick enough. So, you want to make sure that if you're going to go down the brush on side of priming, so liquid primer, you're going to want to make sure, I'd say honestly, look at a few videos first and see how it's done, because if you don't move it around properly or you clog it in, stuff like that, and you can get air bubbles because of the way you paint it and stuff like that, trust me, look it up, okay? So there you go, there's two simple ways of priming. Now, priming is essential for when you're going to be miniature painting. The primer allows your paint to stick there, as I said. Primer can also work in several different ways. So there is things, so like zenithal highlight. Zenithal highlight is using black, then a little bit of grey, and then a little bit of white. It's to highlight, as it says, highlighting the areas where the light would be hitting. But that's a very, very, not so much advanced, but that's something you're not going to want to worry about at the moment. But it's something that you will encounter as you progress. So, what I'll do is I'll slap down two pictures. You'll see one that's been done with a spray can. Now, the actual way you're spraying it, it goes on evenly. So you don't get a different colour to another, if that makes sense. It's pretty much an even job all over. With liquid, I've found, now it could just be me, I'm not doing it properly. I will put the liquid primer on, and I'll still get some of the old colours coming through. So in the picture below, you'll see on the wing set is that you can see gold in certain areas. Now I've not had a problem with painting this, so I see it as it must be a side effect to brushing it on, but there's something that you need to bear in mind. But there you go. Priming is simple, but it's everything that you must learn. Priming is the first step, obviously after trimming and stuff, but to get that paint on, primer is essential. You can go down different routes. So Vallejo has something called Game Color, which is a primer built in with a base coat, which some lads, some of you lads might actually see as, actually I'm going to do that, that sounds a lot better. So again, try both ways, I would say. Trying both ways really does help, so that you know whether you're an aerosol can kind of primer guy or you're a liquid guy. So there you have it, priming in a nutshell. Now, if this video is any use to you, please subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a like. It really helps me to know what the next topic or what the next thing I should be doing to show you. Also, if you have any questions, please comment below and I'll try to answer anything you ask. But now, until next time, see ya.